Hi, welcome back. It is Monday, March 30th. It is our first day of digital learning back after spring break. There's a few things that we need to go over today. First of all, I don't know when we're going to come back. So the governor has declared that we have a kind of shelter in place state of emergency until April 7th. So we know for sure that we're going to be here digital learning at least until April 7th. More days may pop up as we go through this time. So we're not really sure how long that's going to be. But because before we left for break, we made our debate schedule, if you remember. I want to try to stick with that as much as possible, which means that on Monday, Eric and Anna will be debating on the conference app on Schoology there. So we're going to give it a try Monday, April 6th, because I have a feeling that we probably, if we get back at all, probably won't be until Monday the 13th. But nobody knows for sure. Everything is up in the air. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and try to get these debates in via the conferencing tool. And I'll go over that with you again some other time. The only reason I can't go over it with you right now is that Schoology is being kind of terrible with me right now, but I think it's because there's a lot of teachers on Schoology. So for example, look, I'm going to try to add a folder and it just gives me the loading screen. So eventually though, as soon as I get that taken care of, which hopefully will be later on today, you'll have a new folder up here, R&R Digital Learning Day 5 for March 30th. And in that folder, there's going to be a couple things. First, it's going to look just like the ones that we did before spring break. So if you take a look at this, you'll see that we'll have an attendance form at the beginning. There will be tasks that you need to do, and then the screencast that you'll need to watch. But then also there will be a link to this, which is a sample Lincoln Douglas paper, debate paper. And I'm going to walk through that with you right now so you can kind of see what a Lincoln Douglas debate paper looks like. Honestly, it looks very similar to the papers that you did for your cross-examination debate. And you'll see that it's got some of the same techniques to it. So I'm just going to go over with you. Remember, MLA formatted heading, upper right-hand corner or upper left-hand corner. Remember that it is part of your paper. It is not on a heading, but that you're going to want to insert a MLA formatted page number. Remember that that goes up here. We go to File. We go to, I'm going to hide the tools. We're going to go to File. We're going to go to, insert, sorry, not file. Page numbers. We're going to choose the first page number. And when we choose that first page number, it's going to pop up on the first page right there. But because we've clicked this different first page, you have to make sure you click that. It will only see it on the second page. I'm going to delete this one right now. Okay. So we'll only see it on the second page. Because MLA format, you've already got your name, and it's obvious that that's the first page, so we don't have the name and the page number on that first page. So make sure you do that. Then give your paper a title. Basic topic title is fine. And then underneath it, write affirmative or negative, depending on which side of the debate you're on. Then your introductory paragraph. You want to end with this statement. That is why I affirm the resolution statement, or I negate the resolution statement. Remember that the resolution statement should be the same for both sides of the argument, just that one says affirm and one says negate. So make sure that that's accurate. Then you can go into a definitions paragraph. Remember, definitions come from the resolution statement. No random definitions. Before spring break, you filled out like potential definitions. So you can use that document, go access it via the grade book, and put that in there. And then you're going to do a values paragraph. So just like prior to spring break, you want to make sure that you've got a values paragraph with the values that you've chosen. You did that as well in Schoology. You also did tentative contentions. So now is the time to begin researching those tentative contentions and beginning to insert those in there. So if you have your values paragraph that you've gone for unity, progress, and utilitarianism, in your contention, and this is one of the things that I want to make sure that you do that this person didn't do, is you want to connect your contention to one of your values. So my first contention should say your signposting. And then you want to say based on the value of, and then whichever one that you're going to do, utilitarianism, is that blah, 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 blah. Ooh, I spelled utilitarianism wrong. So you have that in there. So for every contention, you connect it to one of the values from up here. My first contention based on the value of whatever it is. When you finish writing the paper, if you didn't use one of your values up here, then you need to delete it from your values paragraph. Okay, so you do your first contention and the research that comes with it. Then you move into your second contention. And you remember my second contention based on the value of. Unity. Okay, and then the third contention based on the value of progress. So you've connected all of them to value in there. Research, and then you go on. Now remember that this debate is 6 minutes. Your constructives are 6 minutes long. They're the longest things that we've done so far. So if you're thinking about page number, you're right. 4 pages and maybe a little bit onto the 5th page, that should be about 6 minutes. You're looking at 4 pages. In the past, you've done 2.5 or 3 pages, so you're going to add just a little bit more research, or you're going to make sure that you have 3 contentions instead of 2 or 3 contentions. So this, the rough draft for this is going to be due on Thursday. Thursday, your rough draft for your constructive is due. And so every day we're going to be talking a little bit about that paper up until Thursday. And Thursday by midnight, you have to turn in that rough draft of the constructive. It might be Wednesday by midnight. But you'll see on Schoology where you put it on there, and I'll remind you as we get a little bit further on, because I need to have time to look over the rough drafts of them. And then you're going to have to submit a final copy by Monday, just like Anna and who's debating Anna? Eric. So just like Eric and Anna are going to have to on Monday, you also have to turn in your rough drafts on Monday. But that means that on the days that we are doing the Lincoln Douglas debates online, the only people, you go in, sign the attendance form to show that you've been here. There'll be like a simple question or something like that that you have to answer. It'll take you maybe 5 minutes to do your classwork that day, unless you are the person who is debating. And then I'll have a time set up for when you're going to be debating. But everybody else, you'll be doing something very simple that you can get done in 5 to 10 minutes. Okay. So by first draft of your speech is due Wednesday at midnight. So today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, make sure you're working on your constructive for your debate. I will put up a discussion question in this folder, or a discussion in this folder, and you can ask questions of me about your debates, topics, or anything like that, and I will answer them. You're not required to respond to the discussion question. You're not required to ask me a question. However, if you have one, that's a good spot for you to ask that question. Okay, then I will see you tomorrow. Make sure you sign the attendance form and make sure you get started on your constructive. Have yourselves a good Monday, and see you on Tuesday.